How we doing today? You know what I'm saying? Free but not free. You know, I'm a man of many hats. You know what I'm saying? It's times that I show up on We Got Motion. It's times I show up free but not free. I'm on a Sunday cookout. We got new stuff going on in the background. But today, you know, see, I got square glasses on today. So that means I'm on some higher plane type stuff, right? Today, it's near the end of August. It's Black August. And for those that don't understand exactly, you know, how this Black August thing, you know, was spawned or how it goes, like, you know, shout out to the fallen soldiers, to the George Jacksons of the world. Um, you know, anybody that ever went through anything that had to do with the penitentiary or incarceration or any form of slavery, whether past, present, and in the future. Black August is that's our month. We'll never let them commercialize it. You know, like how they got Juneteenth with us right now. They got Juneteenth basically gonna be like, you know, still trying to be a little urban, but whatever urban means. But like, you know, it's going because they commercialize and they're giving away holiday time for it. It's only a matter of time before we see white people walking around dashikis. So with Black August though, it's a whole nother thing. You know, in prison, when I was growing up, because I was raised like in prison, it's sad to say. But the fact is, like, you know, Black August came, you know, every 7 days you had to fast. You know, when it first come on the first, when it come on the 7th, and when it comes on the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th, today's the 25th, you fast, you work out, you absorb some form of knowledge, whether it's in book form, whether it's chopping it up with your brothers and or sisters, and getting some game, fellowshipping, you know, only the way that Black people know how, right? So what I want to bring y'all today, I'm gonna play y'all a couple of clips. I just want to get y'all to understanding of what's going on in America today. I'm gonna give my little take on it. I'm gonna hit y'all for a couple, like, you know, for a little while. I don't want to do too much preaching but for the people that need this, it's for you. For the people that don't know they need it, it's still for you. You just probably gonna regurgitate it today and then you're gonna absorb it tomorrow. So we already know Free But Not Free is much more than just a nonprofit. It's much more than just some movement that I just put together. It's much more than the paperwork that is actually on the 501c3 is all good. We accept the donations and grants. We got the freebutnotfree.org. You could tap into that. You could donate. You could go interact. I'm about to start beefing it up with videos such as these, events coming up, and start tailor making. I'm about to go full throttle on my wheelhouse, and my wheelhouse is being a shepherd or a steward, and that's who I am. That's what I do. The music and stuff that y'all see me do, love that. That's like really what I love. But I got to push my real agenda to the forefront because I'm not only trying to free the slaves, but I'm also making a real attempt to have an impact on Earth before I go. You know, I got a baby. I got a 4-year-old, a young princess. And one day, you know, when she grows up, I'm going to have all her pops game times 10 so she could be schooling me. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. I'm gonna play you a couple of clips, but before I do that, I want to kind of this is what I want to put in your head. You know, in America, right? And in the world, basically, because you know, America is like the epitome of the control mechanisms with the social constructs and the like. I was at an event a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to a reporter. She was like a local reporter. She was Caucasian. She was a local reporter. We was chopping it up. She seemed like she part of the resistance. But you know, I had this thought that I said out loud, and I was like, you know what? It's amazing to me that in America, especially in America, but in the world, we can be so brainwashed that, and I mean all of us, because we all slaves one way or another. We could be so brainwashed that even white people can walk up and be outraged about things that got to do with us, with Africans, with other people, with indigenous people, with all that, can be outraged with us about things that make no sense. You should be mad at the government the same way we are, because in the age of information, you even been finding out that you've been lied to about history. So my mentality is this. It's not like, you know, the superior, you know, the white supremacists take, you know, regular, average, everyday white people, bring them to a back room or somewhere else, somewhere say, hey, look, this is the real history, bro. We really just want to reign supreme. We want to be the leaders and the bosses. We want to have all the generational wealth, and we want to make sure that the downtrodden stay the downtrodden, right? We want to make sure that here go the truth, and they whisper it in their ear, and they come out the warehouse like, damn, that's really how I go. And then they rock their white privilege, which is we know white privilege is real, but they rock it in a way that's like, okay, man, I know the secrets. You in America just like us. You in the world just like us, and they lied to you. Why are you not outraged by a government or a system put in place that told you to fake history? So that means that no matter what your color is, because we know race is not biological, it's a construct, it's not real, right? These are things that you need to look up. But like, why are you not mad at the people who gave you they lied to you? Nobody really likes a liar, right? I mean, like if the government came and just told you, I mean, this happened in history from Pearl Harbor to 9/11 to the Epstein files to whatever is recent right now. We find out that to the Kennedy assassination, we find out that whatever you thought was going on today, it really wasn't going on in real time. It was a veil and it was fake and they lied to you. So right now in the age of information, we find out that most Black history, the way we was taught it, is fake. So that means that white history is fake. It's fake too, because they had you believing that Jesus is white. They got you believing that the country that we live in is just this great hero that's trying to set, wrongs right. They got you believing that you really are superior in a lot of ways, that you invented a lot of things, and that even that when there was slavery, as if we wanted to be in that. And that's the fact. Like there are more facts than that, right? There are more facts than that. And even in this America today, we find out that it's still lynching is going on. If you know anything about the Willie Lynch syndrome, what that was, like you're lied to too. So why are you not outraged? How are you not upset by this? How do you turn around and still be mad at somebody that look like me, right? That might be standing up in your government and trying to speak out about it. When you research on your own, if you do, because people don't research anything. But when you do, and you feel like, damn, man, this whole time when I went through school, when I was going to school side by side with Blacks and Latinos and Asians and all the history you was getting was rewritten and fake and refurbished and embellished. It's not real. It's not real. You believe Christopher Columbus sailed the 7 seas was a hell of a guy that discovered America, just like me. You believe that pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock and broke bread with the Indians, and then there was no massacre after that. You believe that the Indians were the first people here, but it's all the stuff that's proving that there were actually Africans already here before the Indians. We are the indigenous people. That don't mean that everybody with African bloodline were here already, because some of us were still in Africa, but there were people already here that had already traveled. You know what I'm saying? You got to look up continental drift. It's just so many things. I'm not going to go that deep, but I'm deep enough. You got to look up certain things. You got to research. You got to tap somebody on the shoulder that might know more than you got to read. You got to get it together, right? So I'm going to play this first clip because I want you to see that in America, even when we talk about history, this is the present. The present is now. I'm not going to play these whole clips, but I want you to get a dose of what I'm trying to give you.
Because they do not believe 6 Black people have been found hanging, mysterious circumstances, conclusions from law enforcement came quickly. Put it up full mass. We're going to go over all of them. Great reporting by Atlanta Black Star. According to Atlanta Black Star, at least 6 people have been found hanging in publicly reported cases across the U.S. in 2026. Several deaths were quickly classified as them doing it to themselves, while families and communities in some cases have questioned those conclusions. Atlanta Black Star dug into these cases to see why law enforcement was so quick to close some of the investigations. Now, I want to remind everyone that some of these investigations have been closed without a public reason as to the closure of the investigation. We had.
So that's just a dose, right? So that means that right now, where we stand, what's going on, right? It's still lynchings going on, right? That's just 6 that we just talked about. We know that, Black people don't hang themselves. We know that, like a lot of stuff that goes on. We just know when they call it suicide stuff, like this is like current events. We already see Mississippi is burning right now. We see a lot of stuff going on. We see power outages and it's like none of this stuff ever ends. It just seems like it does. It just seems like it does, but it never really ends, right? And when you put that type of stuff in perspective, What do you think about that? What does that mean to you? Like, and I'm talking about any race. I'm not just talking about like, us, but I am speaking for us because it is Black August. And to me, every day is Black August. And understand that I want to stand on a pulpit every day and try to free slaves. Every day I want to try to. Every day I want to try to see if I can reach somebody and reach a young mind or mold an older mind. Every day I want to. Every day that I'm on earth, I try to, right? It's utterly impossible to do so because nobody really listens, nobody really cares. So, right, I'm gonna go to the next clip and I want you just to listen to this. Listen.
I had a black guy named Anthony Johnson. Anthony Johnson came to the United States in 1621. Came in from England as a free black. And head rights in those days says anybody coming to the country can get 640 acres free right off the bat. Then plus you can get another 500-600 acres for every slave that you own. He immediately went and had 13 blacks. So within a few years, about 15 years, he was one of the richest blacks in the colonies. Now going up to 1638, he had all kinds of land and a whole bunch of slaves, getting close to about 70, 80 slaves now. And a white guy went over to one of his plantations, and one of the black slaves there, named John Castor, says, why am I a slave here with this guy? He says he owns me for life. And the white fellow who was a plantation owner also said, look, he doesn't own you for life. Indentured servitude normally runs 5 or 7 years. What do you mean he's got you for life? This black guy said, I've been working for this black slave plantation owner for almost 20-something years. The guy said, well, just run off and leave. Forget about it. You don't have to keep working for him. So the black slave, John Castor, ran off. Anthony Johnson then went to court. And he sued the white plantation owner who had encouraged the black to run off. And the court accepted Anthony Johnson's claim against his black slave, saying that he owned that slave for life. Now, what happened there never had ever happened on the history of the earth, the black folk, and in this country, where all of a sudden, a person laid claims against the individual for the rest of his entire naked life. And it was a black man. And once that court decision was made, whites picked it up. That became the enslavement codes, both explicitly and implicitly. And all the states began to enact it then, based on Anthony Johnson's ruling in court that he owns another black person for life.
Let's put it in perspective, right? My point in playing that clip is, for one thing, it's a history that you probably ain't aware of. You wasn't taught that. Like, you wasn't taught that. It's probably something that they should have put on you, but they don't even want to talk about slavery. So think about that. A black man from England, you know what I'm saying, right? Basically was a slave owner, got mad because somebody told his slaves the real law. He filed a civil suit, won, and then you know how law goes. If you know anything about law, once one person wins in some way, it's like I could follow suit on that and I could win the same way. That's how class actions go and stuff like that, right? Even like legal criminal law. One person win like some kind of like say like for a gun case, something like that, he went on his merit, I could use his case to quote it if I got the same or similar case to get mine thrown out. So think about that. Think about that history right there. I just want you to think about it. It's Black August. It's Black August. Think about that history. See, like, it's so much stuff going on that we be worried about, where your scamming ass bitches at. We be worried about, you know what I'm saying, who beefing with who. And I'm not saying that I'm like exempt from it. I love entertainment. I'm an entertainer, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm saying that you got to sit back sometimes and just try to like really focus on what's real and what's not. And every once in a while, you got to act on it and push up on it and make sure that it's good. You got to. You ain't, if you don't, what are you doing? You raggedy. If you're not, then what's your point? What's your purpose? Especially if you look like me. What's your purpose? You just rocking through life just to have fun? That's what you're doing, right? You got to get it together. Sorry about that. We got to get it together, right? So I'm going to slide you up on this next clip, you know what I'm saying? And it's about social constructs. Anybody that's been tapping to me when I'm on Sunday Cookout, when I'm on Week Out Motion, when I'm just, popping it, I'm in sociology class. And when I got a professor, I finished Social 1 and Social 2. I got Social 3 left. The professors in there, they be spitting, but they be having to spit in veiled form. It's like we all in the Matrix. Watch me, I'm telling you, we in the Matrix. They talk about social construct, how everything is a social construct. If you don't know what a social construct is, Google it, look it up, research it. We are living in a social construct right now. It's real. You got to pay attention.
Just let me know what you think about this one.
Question: who created race?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure.
It was
White
a
people?
Portuguese man by the name of Gomes Inês de Zurara in 1452. He was actually commissioned by the Catholic Church, and they told him to go out and document the difference between these people, right?
Do you
And
believe in race? Do you
it's a
believe race
social
exists?
construct.
No, you believe that it exists?
we live in the social construct. It's not biological.
So you're saying this man created it,
Yes, it's
and we
documented.
perpetuate it?
Yes, it's literally
Black people
documented.
also perpetuate it.
It's documented. They published 2 papal bulls, one in 1455 and one in 1457.
Yeah, so we're on the same
Yeah,
page. The
so
social construct is not really
Wait.
the
What was
determining
the
factor.
purpose of it being created, though?
Well, I'm not sure what his purpose was
I
for
got
creating
you.
race.
To justify chattel slavery, right?
I do not agree
It's
to that
literally
premise.
documented. I don't care if you
I don't
agree or
agree to
not.
that. Okay.
I don't care. It's literally documented.
Okay.
So
I'll
the point
accept
being,
that.
is that this system was literally created to disenfranchise Black people. Specifically, it's the structuring maintenance of a hierarchy which continues to actually create a free and cheap labor class, chattel slavery. Prior to chattel slavery, there were slaves, but they weren't based off of race. After the creation of race, they engaged in chattel slavery to actually create this free and cheap labor class. Now,
But I don't think it was primarily to disenfranchise Black people.
It literally was.
Race
have to
has
go back
never,
and read the Papal Bulls.
slavery was never about race.
Everybody must watch.
Do you hear him though? Like, I mean, anybody seen Django Unchained? That's you know who that is, right? Like, listen to this though, right? There's 2 keys in that: the social construct element, understanding what a social construct is, and the other key is this: look at the back and forth. You got a guy that I see him in constant debates where somebody will give him fact and he won't even know about it. They'll game him up on the facts, and he'll go, "I don't believe that," without even researching it. I've seen men like him appear in 2026 and fade out like every other month, right? When we talk about industry plants and we talk about we talk about music and stuff like that, these are the real CIA plants. People that will just come in, their only job is to come in and be a rabble rouser, right? Or to whatever you say that's real, they make it seem like it's not. And they get following from that because we are brainwashed, right? He may know much more than he's letting on, but his job is to infiltrate and destroy. Starting here, hoping that he could affect this, right? This is what we're living in. Understanding that race ain't real. Race is something made up. Race is a control mechanism. It's something to make all of us be divided, right? Just like money, all this stuff, everything that you would think of, right, is a social construct. George Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, Marcus Garvey, all the ones that all the legends in this, rest in peace to the fallen soldiers, man. All the legends in this was always speaking to us and telling us, hey, bro, the program is so vast and so immense, we got to come together to combat it. And I'm not just talking about Blacks, I'm talking about the people. It's real, right? It's real. And I like for the people, how many reviews this get, the people that care, I don't even be caring. I like for y'all understand, right? Whatever you see on YouTube and even what you see on Instagram and TikTok, bro, I'll be feeding all my products, all my media to a whole nother host of Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Like we audio clip. It's like it only niggas, care about, the views and, and YouTube and all that, man. It's so many other places that we shooting and spitting all this information at, stuff that you don't even tap into. People don't tap into Apple Podcasts or iHeart Podcast or Spotify Podcast. People ain't tapping into that. It's people that go to work and listen to audio. So just know that the reach is much more advanced than you think. But for those part of the resistance, for the soldiers, right? To my fallen soldiers that's locked up, free the real, free the kings, right? Understand that the message is so serious, right? Whatever the end of days is, whatever we rocking up upon, man, you got to make sure you focus up and get the true history. And I'm speaking to my Latinos, to the whites, to everybody. They lied to all of us. There's no way in the world we should be divided and going at each other when the whole system has us going against each other and hasn't told us a modicum of truth in centuries. Think about it. You've been getting lied to, not just you, your ancestors, every book you read, from the Bible to urban novels to whatever, right? It's all lies and propaganda. A lot of it's the truth. Sorry about that. It's some truth sifted in there here and there, but they snuff out the truth, or they put so much entertainment in your face that you don't even know what's true or real, or you don't care. So I'm gonna end it with this last little clip. I'm gonna speak on it, right? But I just wanna, this is the one I wanted to kind of hit y'all with, just so we understand what's going on with what are the indigenous people. Like, it don't really, it's not a competition of who was here first. It's just a competition of what's real history versus fake history. And once you know the real history, what are you gonna do about it? And what are you gonna do about yourself? And what are you gonna teach your kids? When your kid come home from school, you know what I'm saying? If he or she is old enough, are you asking what you learned today? When Columbus Day come, are you telling them about Columbus Day? When they teaching them fake science or fake history, are you asking questions about that? Or are you so much stuck in the rat race of work and stressed out and sleep deprived that you don't even have the time to? You got to make the time. It's your job. You're a leader. You run a tribe, man, woman, and child.
How did I not see this? That Africans and African Americans are two distinct people. Now I'm going to say some, because some are actually descendants from Africa and they come here, and so they're called African Americans. And there are some that are called African Americans here that are actually native to the Americas. Many quote unquote Black or African Americans are actually native to the land here in the United States. While some were shipped over here during the slave trade, there were already quote unquote Black people here. They were already here in the Americas. According to the National Museum of the American Indian, Black natives exist. We are indigenous people of the Americas and the Caribbean. You know that guy that claimed he discovered America? Yeah, he did not discover anything, because there were already people here. Black people were present in the Americas prior to Christopher Columbus and prior to the transatlantic slave trade. We've been told at least my whole life, that Christopher Columbus actually discovered America. However, over the last 2.5 decades, since the 500-year anniversary of Christopher Columbus' first voyage across the Atlantic, there has been a significant shift in how Columbus is viewed, with historians now describing him as a brutal conqueror. This article goes on to say,
just understand, I don't even got to play you the whole clip. This is what I want you to understand. I want you to lock in with me and understand this. The way I'm pushing right now, right? I'm on such a quest at the age that I am that I can't fail, right? But what I am also aware of is that I got to cut the fat. I got to trim the people away from me that's not like-minded, right? You got to understand what that means. Like, if I would have knew this at 22, I never would have been back to prison. I never would have been around nobody that could have led me to prison or been a part of my fall off or none of that. But I've awakened. I'm different now. So much so that everybody around me, I'm trying to get them to be on script and be on the page that I'm on. And if they not, I got to let you go. Certain things I just got to let go. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Ain't nothing personal. Ain't no love lost, nothing like that. But I got to move on. I got to push forward. I got to make it happen. That's what I got to be. If I'm not that, then what am I? I'm failing. Not only am I failing myself, but I'm failing you. Everybody that believe in me, believe in the free but not free movement, believe in me as a leader, as a boss, believe in me as just a man, believe in me as an alpha, believe in me as an African, I'm failing you. But I'm not going to do it no more. So it's hook up a book up time. You know what I'm saying? In the famous words of Pondo, man, you know what I'm saying? In the famous words of the original Peter, man, hook up a book up, man. You either with us or you against us, man. You know what I'm saying? Ride with us or collide with us, man. This is the time. It's time to hook up. It's time to wake up. It's time to spread this gospel, the real gospel. And at the end of the day, it's time to amen that. Take the tribe with you. Free but not free. It's us, man. We gonna make it happen. Leave y'all with this outro, man. Because I feel like at the end of the day, we all got to take a trip. Free but not free, man. Enjoy yourself. Rest in peace to the fallen soldiers. Rest in peace to Brother George. Rest in peace to Brother Fred Hampton. Rest in peace to Brother Garvey. Rest in peace to Brother Malcolm. Rest in peace to all of them. It's Black August. Learn about it, be about it, rock it.
Let's take a trip, let's take a ride. Get the movie drive, we can take the next slide. Let's take a trip, let's take a ride. Get the movie drive, we can take next flight. Let's take a trip, girl. Let's take a ride. Get the Uber drive, we can take the next flight. Let's take a trip, girl. Let's take a ride. Get the Uber drive, we can take the next flight.
How can you hate and love me? You got a place above me. Your hatred really drugs me. Now you like really fuck me. These bitches be my burden. I'm in the traffic flirting. I mean they jack for certain, but they be really working. I know.